Hey and welcome, itsmsKIRA Speaks. Before we get started, I ask that you watch the videos till the end, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. BMF is back, you guys, and we are here to go over Season 2, Episode 1, Family Dinner. I'm gonna do this as more of a recap this season, so bear with me. As the episode first opens, we get a quote from Terry. Now, Season 1, every episode we would get a quote from Meech. So Season 1 was Meech's perspective, and it looks like Season 2 will be from Terry's perspective. It's 2005, and we are in St. Louis. We hear Terry, he's making a phone call. He's on the phone with his lady, it sounds like, and he's telling her that they already picked up Meech, so he's going to grab the cash, he's going to meet her at the border, he's going to get out of there. But then he sits down with his crew to have family dinner. Terry, this wasn't the time, okay? As it were, the Last Supper. Because as they're sitting having dinner, who comes in but Detective Bryant with his new partner, Leslie Jones. I don't even know what her name is on the show. I don't care. I wasn't really interested in seeing her. If y'all were, get down in the comments and let me know. And Terry's even saying to him, you wasted 20 years of your life chasing me. And I'm like, they're from Detroit. Now this is in St. Louis. So he spent 20 years and is now, I guess, with the FBI going city to city just to get this big bus. Child, I guess, whatever floats his boat. So then we're back to 1980 and we are in Vegas with Meech. And Meech, and I forgot who he was with. They're at Vegas and it's like a drug dealer convention. It's like the best of the best. And this is what Meech is aspiring to get to. Terry, he's out of the game. He started this car service with his business. So this is where Meech's head is at right now. So we see that Terry is taking the test for his driver's license. We see Mr. and Mrs. Flannery still scrapping and surviving good times, you know, arguing over a donut and what could have been. That's how I really feel about the scenes with them at this point. It's whatever. Later on, you know, he promises to take her to the chop house because she's looking at another couple saying that could have been us. Then he's trying to, you know, itch that scratch at like 3 a.m. and she's like, try again. I got to be at work in the morning. And even later, because like I said, I want to do this as a really brief recap, just touching on things, you know, certain things in the episode. Later on in the episode, when she had smacked the taste out of Nicole's mouth, there was a lady at the table. I forgot what the lady's name was, but I was wondering, like, is he about to have an affair with this lady because he tried to get some and she didn't want to give him any? Moving right along. So we're at the precinct station, or whatever you want to call it, and they are talking 50 boys and 12th Street. They want to get the dealers off the street. So they're strategizing, setting up the game plan, talking about everything that's going on. Detective Bryant, he gets a new partner. I think it's an Asian woman. Her name is Detective Jen. He thinks she's a rookie. We find out she has some skin in the game. This is not the partner, mind you, that he ends up with in 2005. So we don't know what happened to her. And I'm kind of giving her a little side eye. We'll see, you know, we'll talk about them a little later. And she's got, you know, she's funny, but where'd you come from, lady? What are your intentions? Are you internal affairs? I don't know. I have questions. So we're at a basketball game and we see Terry and we also see Meech and B. Mickey. Meech is talking to B. Mickey about how he lost the, you know, the connect, Big L, because basically, remember in Season 1, she didn't want to work with Meech because Meech was too flashy. She only wanted to work with Terry, but Terry's out of the game. So, you know, Lala, she comes in and she's sucking on her lollipop and Terry is just like, he's goo goo gaga over her. He's just busy staring at her. It was funny. Later on, he went to the bank to handle some official business for the car service, but he makes sure, you know, he wants to talk to her. And he goes up to her. He's like, you know, you remember me from such and such? You know, I was a top earner. And she's looking at him like, sir, this is my place of work. We're not about to talk about the drug game. So he flirts, and the whole episode he flirts. He comes back later and he flirts some more. Poor Wanda is all I gotta say. So Meech, they go outside. he still ain't talking to Terry. He's trying to talk to, I think it was K9, who is arguing with the ref because we're paying off refs and I'm not paying you. And next thing you know, somebody winds up shot. They get in the car and they take off. And I was like, did they leave Terry there? I don't know if I'm wrong. Drop that in the comments and correct me. Speaking of Terry, his girl Wanda is back with their baby and he is happy to see the baby, but I don't know if he was so happy to see Wanda. But anyway, and I say that because later on we see Wanda and Terry doing what they do and he's busy in the bed dreaming of Lala. Dudes, that's all I have to say. So we see Meech, he has a meeting with K9, but Big L is there and she somehow spoils the deal for him, and that's really the gist of what happened there. But he also had arranged for his crew, the 50 Boys, to meet with 12th Street, but he doesn't tell his crew about it. So they in the record store just scrapping and scrapping, but he's like, he wants to pool their resources since Lamar is gone and, you know, just make it one big unit, but he's not coming with no products. So they like, see you when I see you, get back to us. And that he will. They show us that Detective Bryant now has custody of his son. Don't ask me what the mama was doing, but old stinking Bryant's butt has him now. So the son is like into superheroes. He's got a shirt on. There's a whole conversation about that. And I'm kind of wondering why we get introduced to the son. Are we just trying to, you know, warm us up to Bryant? Because I was already not happy that he makes it to 20 years later. I don't know why I wanted them to take him out. But we will see where the story goes. So I don't know if they're trying to warm us up to him, you know, show us the softer side of him, or if there's going to be something that happens with the son. Is the son going to get caught in the crossfire? Is the son going to get into the drug game? They didn't give us that for no reason. He's in the car and he's on like a little stakeout with Jen and they, you know, cracking jokes and biscuits and food jokes, and it's cute scene, funny scene. So they see B. Mickey and I think it's Dink. They run him down. Detective Jen hits Dink with her car, knocks his tooth out. Ouch. So they about to take him in and he has the money with him. So that's going to be a problem. So Meech, I forgot who he was talking to. Meech, like the light bulb goes on and he realizes what Kanan was saying. Kanan. Wrong show. He realizes what K9 was saying to him, that it's more so about the relationships that you have and loyalty, honesty, trust, whatever he was saying. So he goes back to K9 and has another meeting with him, secures the product. He goes looking for 10. He gives him 20. I don't know whether he was trying to sabotage him or what. And then he gifts, you know, the crew with some watches. Well, no. Meech don't get a watch. He gets lips. Big L's lips. And then he tells him that she talked too much, which I didn't understand because she was pretty low-key, quiet, didn't like that Meech was flashy, so I don't understand what that meant. But, or maybe it was just more of because he was basically telling him, don't cross me. So I guess we already seen him shoot one person and now he's cutting off lips. So K9 is going to be not to play with this season. He's going to be, you know, our Lamar of the season, if you will. And we got to see how that plays out. So now Meech needs help. He approaches Terry because Terry is like one of the only people he can trust. Plus they work really well together. Like these two really balance each other out. Like I'll say example of Meech is the brawn and Terry is the brains. We'll go with that. But they just balance each other out really well. And like I said, it's one of the only people he can trust. So he's trying to get Terry back in the game. Terry is trying to stick to this car service. But Meech, he's talking expansion. Is this your dream or is this Dad's dream? So now, like I say, Detective Bryant and his partner, they've picked up Dink. And he kind of says to her that him not being forthcoming before has been a problem in the past. So we go into a room in the hospital and he reveals that Lamar is still alive. Dun, 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 dun. But he's in a coma. he trusted with this information? Do you guys think he could trust her with this information? Get down in the comments and let me know. I don't really know. Something about her is not sitting well. Like I said, she's, giving some comedy and she's giving it back to him, and I love to see it, but something about her is not sitting right with me. And I think I wrote in my notes how Sway, because when they were having that meeting earlier, now in season 1, Lamar kind of only did get one shot to the gut. He didn't get the pow pow double shots. One to the head, which we would have known he was gone. But earlier in the episode, when they were in the room and they were checking the board, they had Lamar up there as dead, deceased, gone, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember what the wording was, but that was basically to throw them off the scent so they wouldn't know he's still alive, and they have him in the hospital under another name, which if you get shot, you're going to be in another name under the hospital. Don't ask me how I know. I've never been shot, but don't ask me how I know. Anyway, moving on more from that. Title of the episode, Family Dinner. So we had one family dinner in 2005 where Terry got picked up, and now we're at family dinner again with Terry. Meech is also supposed to be at this family dinner, but he doesn't show up because he's back having a family dinner with the crew. So now I think it's at this family dinner at the house that Wanda and Mama Flannery get to talking in the kitchen, and the mama should have told her. And Terry walks up only to find out that Wanda was part of getting him out of the game, and so now he's upset. And their intentions were pure. Their intentions were good. He did need to be out of the game, but now he's feeling like he can't trust anybody. So probably in episode 2, we're going to see Terry running back to Meech to accept that offer and going back to the game, which we know is a mistake, but we know how the story turns out. I haven't watched much of the documentaries. I know they just had one on Starz, and I've only about halfway through the episode, so I still don't have all the facts. I just kind of like, I like getting it this way because they're changing the story anyway, which is good because, it's throwing the people that know it off, which was, we'll get to that in a minute. So now at Mr. Meech's dinner, he's got 12th Street, he's got 50 boys, and he's got product. So he unites them as one. No more 50 boys, no more 12th Street. We are now BMF. And BMF is born. He makes B Mickey his right hand, and he don't seem that happy about it, but that could be because he's worried about, he's got to give information to Detective Bryant, and right now he don't have nothing. So we cannot trust B Mickey, and that was the last place we should have put him, but he doesn't have anybody else, so here we are. And I have in my notes that Detective Bryant shows up at B Mickey's house. I mean, he's literally inside the boy's house after this. And he needs info. He needs info, or he is going to take the 2 bodies. Meanwhile, like I said, he's got this gun sitting in the house, so that could be how the son ties in. Also, could be Mickey's gun. We don't really know. Put down your thoughts and theories down in the comments for me, if you don't mind. What's B Mickey going to do? You guys think he's going to snitch? I think he's going to snitch. Like I said, I don't know the real story of how BMF. Well, actually, that part I do know. They said B Mickey wasn't a snitch, but I think in this series right here, that B Mickey is going to tell it. I don't know if he's going to wait maybe till Terry gets back and put it off on Terry, because him and Terry always kind of had a little issue, a little jealousy thing going on, but we're going to see. So now as the episode is ending, we're back in the hospital, and we're looking at Lamar. Lamar's laying in that bed, and then we get, he don't flinch like I flinch, but them eyes pop open. He is out of that coma, baby, and in the background we hear, ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Now, that was like the big ta-da-da-da out of the episode. Well, one was that we found out that he was still alive, and now he's alive. But they mentioned earlier he's going to have a colostomy bag. So, I mean, how much trouble is he really going to be? Like, you're just going to run up on people with your Foley bag or whatever they call it? Child, I don't know. That is all. Please put your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns down in the comment. Was there anything else I want to say before I go? I think I touched on everything. Is Mr. Flannery about to have an affair? What's going to go on with Detective's son? Can we trust his partner? We know Terry's getting back in the game. And what role is Lamar going to play now? Because K9 is now the big bad. And so what are we going to do with Lamar? Join me back here for episode 2. Keep those notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.